Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome to our fourth episode of Spiritual Sessions with
Debbie Creagh and
Norwood Young. Oh, wait. We have an addition. For this special fourth Spiritual Sessions. The addition is who you all helped me manifest last week. Last week, I got a new condo because I'm moving. And I got a new condo that I'm moving to. And I was so happy about it. So last week, after realizing that I got this pet-friendly condo because the one I'm in now is not pet-friendly, so I asked my friends on Facebook and Instagram if they would be so kind as to help me manifest a dog, a puppy. And lo and behold, within maybe 12 hours, look what I got. Look what I got. And his name is Guru. Thank you all so much for helping me manifest my dog. He is absolutely everything. Now, I have to tell you this, okay? I have to tell you this. When I went to the person who gave them to me, I did not buy him. I was going to adopt and or rescue this time around for the first time. So I found, the guy found me.
he did. Yeah.
I put an ad out. I put an ad on in the various groups saying that I was looking for a smaller dog. My preference was Poodle, Maltese, Shih Tzu, Pomeranian, what's the other one? Whatever. So a small dog or a mix thereof. So everyone was telling me in Bangkok that unless you buy a full breed from the States or wherever, it's hard to get one here. That's what everybody was saying. So lo and behold, I get a response, and a gentleman says, "I've got 5 poodles. Would you like one?" What? Are you kidding? Mm-hmm. So I kept texting him back, not being specific, but I would say things like, "Do you need any more information from me for the free adoption?" And he says, "No, just come get the dog." He wanted me to get the dog on Tuesday. So when he said, "Just come get the dog," I said, "Well, do you want me to get him any sooner?" He says, "Yeah, you can come tomorrow." Mm-hmm. So I called the bestie and I said, "Listen, we're going to get my dog." So, can I tell the whole story?
Yeah, tell the story.
All right.
The adventure.
All right. So we get in the car, in the Grab taxi. Mm-hmm. We go. It's like 40 minutes out, whatever. So by the look of the gentleman on the Facebook ad, he was very, very well groomed. He had on a vest, a tie, just impeccable. Hair was very nicely done, and he had a dog, and he's also a dog trainer. Okay, so Debbie and I were in this cab, and we go to what we call in America Bumblefuck Egypt. That means it's like way out. So far out that the only thing missing was tumbleweed. We heard roosters. I said to Debbie, "What in the hell?" All right, so
we went to McDonald's
Where
Farm.
are we?
Listen. All right, so we get to the place, and the guy actually meets us outside. So the very, very coiffed gentleman, he had 3 teeth. I'm not laughing at you guys. I'm not laughing. He had 3 teeth, and he came and he met us, and he actually looked. I guess he was Thai and Hispanic.
Yeah.
Right? He was Thai and Hispanic.
Yeah.
All right, so he had 5 dogs, the mother and the father, and then the 3 left. I guess there was 5 in the litter, and he had 3 puppies left. One was Josie.
Josie.
Josie was one. Who was the other puppy?
Jason.
And my and Guru's name was Jose.
Okay.
Yes, Guru's name was Jose. And I told him right then and there, I've already selected the name. Because, this is the other thing I didn't mention. The reason I had given him a name is because the gentleman told me that my dog was 5 weeks old.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in America, you can't let a dog go unless they're 6 to 8 weeks minimum. So he said it's 5 weeks old. I thought it was a Thai thing. I'm like, okay. I told Debbie, I told everybody, I'm getting a puppy 5 weeks old. And as it turns out, my dog is 6 months old, which is fine. I love this dog. I mean, I've only had him for maybe 24 hours now, maybe 24. And we are bonded like, well, we're bonded like crazy. So this dog, after 24 hours, has marked his territory, not by peeing, but he's marked his territory, and it was a wonderful experience. But what was I saying? So I was saying he was 6 months old, and I was saying something else. I guess I forgot.
But he actually was 6 months old.
Yeah, and I said his name was Jose.
Yeah.
Right.
Little dog.
But now he answers to Guru.
Mm-hmm.
Man, could you not be rude? Could you not be rude and like hang out with us for a minute? Thanks, that'd be like really cool. So
Camera shy.
no, he's not camera shy at all. Have you seen his pictures today?
No,
He's not camera shy. So I left my train of thought because I wanted to introduce you guys to the new love of my life, Mr. Guru here. But let's get back into the show specifically.
Well, what I would like to add to that, because we were talking last week,
Mhm.
and you went, really? You
Mhm.
can ask other people to manifest things for you?
Right.
And I said to you, if there's something that you want and you're maybe finding it a little bit difficult, or you're not really sure if you're going to be able to get it, and in general you want to add more power, you can actually ask other people to help you manifest. And it helps. The extra energy and the extra thought force out there. And actually,
Well, I thought she was crazy when she said, how can somebody else help you manifest? She said, Norwood, it can happen. So that's what prompted me to, I said, we'll see. We'll see. So that's what prompted me to put it on Facebook, and 12 hours later,
voodoo shit.
that's the your voodoo shit. But anyway, so welcome to our 4th show.
Yeah.
Now, what is also exciting about it being the 4th show, was really exciting for me, is that I don't know if any of you were here for our first show, but our first show was around the time of my birthday. And the week prior to the first show, I drank and drank and drank, and I'm not really a drinker. I drank more in that week than I probably had in 5 years or more. So Debbie and I decided and agreed upon and invited you to go on a 1 month on the wagon alcohol hiatus.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And we have been really successful. However, 2 weeks in, the bestie and I are in a restaurant, and she says, we're in our last week, or our third week. We're in our third week. And what you tell her?
I wanted to celebrate your new place.
She wanted to celebrate my new place.
And I said we should have a celebration where we're nearly there. And he went, Deb, it's only 2 weeks.
It's only 2 weeks, first of all. And secondly, we told the people on spiritual sessions we were on the wagon, so we're staying on this damn wagon.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
So the good news is this is the 4th week. And next week there will be a bottle of wine in our spiritual sessions mugs.
Celebration.
A celebration of wonderful things that are happening. New condo, the baby, you all, the success of the show, and the fun time that we're having. Nicholas says, hi, Debbie and Norwood. Hi, Nicholas.
Hey.
And Darlene
Debbie
says hi. And Debbie Folk says hi. Hi, Debbie Folk. Hey.
Hey, everybody.
So let me introduce you to our producer, Sally, so you know who we're talking to. Say hi, Sally.
Hi.
Yeah, so Sally will be popping in and out. So, Sally, could you put the board back up so I can read what we're talking about next week? Thank you so much. So next week we will have our bottle of champagne, and we'll be drinking champagne from our spiritual sessions mugs.
We will.
But right now we're just going to have some water.
Just water.
Debbie was trying to get and listen, it's like, because we don't drink that much, even when we do drink, but to not have the option feels horrible.
Yeah.
So Debbie sings background and some solo stuff with me in my shows. So last night we did Friday night. We did a very exclusive, large Indian party. And I don't know if you know anything about the Indian culture, but they party for 3 days.
Yeah.
So the first stop Friday night was to see our performance, and they spent loads of money. So at the end of the show, they had a great time. They loved everything, and they came up to us and said, "Oh, beautiful." I'm not going to imitate them. You do it. You do
What
it.
a fabulous party! They were wonderful people.
So they invited us to drink as much as we want. The bar was open, champagne, and we were like, "Oh, we can't do it." So it's needless to say, we got out of there very quickly.
It was actually a fabulous night.
It was a great event.
Everyone was wonderful.
But you know what would have made it better?
Champagne.
So it was fabulous-ish.
Ish.
It was fabulous-ish. Mm-hmm.
There'll be more like that, though.
Yeah, okay.
There'll be more like that.
So, okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So what we're going to do now is talk about, because Debbie and I have this competition kind of thing going on, and I heard about myself. Okay, so because this is the psychic and I'm a skeptic. Well, I was the skeptic, but that's
You're not anymore.
I'm not anymore. I'm a former skeptic.
A former skeptic.
But for the sake of this, psychic and a skeptic. So anyway, I say skeptic because I make competitions out of everything spiritually. It's like spirituality for dummies is my half of the show. Spirituality for dummies. I have to break it down and express it and receive it in a dummy kind of way, not the voodoo shit. You know, the auras and the chakras and the this and that. But I get it. But I got to break it down. But anyway, so in this competition, I have been boastfully winning for the past 3 weeks now. I've gotten signs from feathers to butterflies, manifesting dogs in 12 hours. It's just been crazy. So why don't you talk about what you got there?
Oh, I've had a fabulous week this week. I didn't bring them.
No, wait, you did what?
I didn't bring my feathers.
Oh,
but
so see, no. In a court of law, the judge will say, "Where's your evidence, ma'am?" So I mean, and Debbie said earlier when she said she didn't bring them, I said, "Well," she says, "Oh, they'll know I'm not lying." I said, "My people don't know you. They don't know if you're lying or not."
Next week, I shall bring my box of tricks to show you all.
That's scary. That's scary. Your box of tricks. What the hell? So listen, now I'm going to show you my box of. Well, Sally's going to show you my box of feathers that I've gotten since I moved here last September. Sally, show them all my feathers, please.
Da, 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 da.
See my feathers? Yeah.
Can make a pillow now.
See? And Sally says that I've gotten so many feathers that I'm going to be able to make a pillow from my feathers. I've gotten so many signs. So you said you had your 3 feathers that you didn't bring.
This week, yes. Yes.
Uh-huh.
I had a beautiful long white one, pure white.
Uh-huh.
I had a brown one with a little bit of white on the bottom.
Uh-huh.
And I got an unusual one today, which was white, gray, and a black tip on it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Can I see? Oh, you didn't.
No, I can send you a picture when I get home.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Now I need you to bring it. I
Okay.
can see it. You could.
And I had a lot of signs of wings today, and angel wings, and there was something sent to me this morning about a particular hummingbird moth, and when I looked up the meaning, it absolutely was spot on for something I had asked about, looking for clarification on something. And I also had an interesting manifestation from 3 years ago happen this week.
Okay, can we stay with the signs and then we go to the manifestations?
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not done with my signs.
Okay, go with your signs.
Thank you very much. So I'm coming out of the subway, and 2 more feathers. Sally, could you put those in the box, please? Thank you very much. And then I also saw right in front of me the hugest snail, remember?
Oh,
that
wow.
I had ever seen in my life. And when I looked up the definition for snails, it was to be patient, right? And then when I thought about it, and I looked it up and I thought about patience, I'm like, what do I need to be patient about? And it was about the dog, about the conduit, about the band drum, it's all worked out because of my patience.
Yeah, because sometimes we can put out there and then we're saying, why isn't this person responding to me? Why am I not getting this? And then suddenly out of nowhere, you get someone actually offering you something, going, I
Mhm.
didn't even ask for this, and it's the perfect thing for you.
Mhm.
So when you're manifesting, you need to wait.
Okay.
You need to
So
wait.
so do this for us, because Debbie Folk specifically asked about manifestation. So start by the definition, the basic definition from your point of view of what manifestation is.
Manifestation is putting out something that you believe, your truest belief in, with an energy behind it that you focus on, and then it becomes a reality. So I believe that we're manifesting all the time, but we're manifesting a lot of what we're fearing or what we're afraid will happen rather than what we desire. So whatever your strongest and projection is out into the universe is what can come back to you. So manifestation, as it's being called now, is what we're trying to learn how to do, which is to put our desires out there, our goals out there, and put your belief that it's going to happen for you, and allow it to come.
And some people manifest physically by doing things like vision boards.
Yeah.
Is a form to psychologically manifest.
Well, your subconscious mind is constantly picking up on signs, so sometimes people have Post-it notes around the house with things written
What
on
like we
it.
talked about last week, putting that manifestation of that desire under your pillow.
Yeah, exactly.
What did you say? The scientist said that your
Yes,
brain
there
can
was-
read the crap that's under
Yeah,
your pillow.
yeah. That the
Okay.
power of the mind we don't even know. I'm just telling you. I tried it. I don't know if it worked or not, but I thought I'll
No,
try it.
I did it. I did it. I
You
did
did?
it for a year. Most certainly I did. Most certainly I did.
Mm.
So then.
Can I tell you what did happen to
No,
me?
wait. Let me finish my thought
Okay.
before I lose it.
Okay.
And I think I lost it. Oh no. So that goes. That's parallel, or is it the same? Is it the same of law of attraction, or is it parallel to law of attraction?
It's parallel to the law of attraction.
Okay.
Yeah. Because sometimes certain things. Okay, so there's kind of 5. Some people are asking out there manifestation. There's kind of 5 steps to it, really. If you
To
keep,
manifestation.
yeah, to keep it nice and simple.
Which are
The first one is to have the goal
Mhm.
that you want and be
Mhm.
specific about it. So saying I want to be happy,
Mhm.
that's not a goal.
right.
Because what's happiness? Happiness is different to many
It's
people.
relative, right?
It's relative, right?
Right.
And if you don't really know what's going to make you happy, which most people, if you ask them what would make you happy, I don't know, maybe have more money. Well, is that actually going to make you happy? I don't know. So until you're actually sure about exactly what it is and you're sure about it, you have to be very specific about the goal. So it's very good to start with small goals first till you get confirmation and start seeing them happen, and then you can ask for big
And let me
ones.
stop you right there and keep your train of thought.
Mm-hmm.
When she says pay attention to those signs, because they're there.
Yeah.
And those signs are allowing you to know that you're on the right track.
Yeah.
So don't think that everything is a coincidence. It's not. It's a sign. Continue.
100%.
Right.
Okay. So the first one is to be very specific about your goal,
Mhm.
and then there needs to be an importance to why you need this goal. When you have an importance to something, it makes it much more, you can really get your emotion tap behind it. So I'm getting goosebumps saying that to you. Look at that.
Mhm.
So the importance, you see the
Bullshit.
energy. Yeah, energy comes up, because if it isn't important to you, there's no point in asking for it,
Right,
because you're not
right.
going to have that same intensity of wanting it. Also, then you need to wake up every day for about 5 minutes in the morning and focus and mentally and emotionally prepare for it actually coming to you. Imagine what it's going to be like to receive it, because this gets the subconscious mind starting to believe you have it already. And once you convince the subconscious mind,
So see, in my world, we say fake it till you make it.
well, there you go. That's, beautifully said. Yeah, fake it till you make it.
Uh-huh.
Then the other thing that you need to do, writing it down, obviously, is very good. Vision boards, Post-it notes, whatever it is that works for you. I like to write it down and put it on a piece of paper, because that's still expressing it out, and then fold it. Then what you need to do is turbo boost your emotion, because it's really, really important to stay positive when you're manifesting. If you're sitting there waiting for it to happen, wondering when it's going to happen, fearing it mightn't, that's where most people get stuck. It won't happen. So keeping yourself as positive as possible, keeping people around you that are supporting you while you're doing it is wonderful. And then decluttering your life, getting rid of anything, superfluous thoughts that are doubtful, or you can even ask friends to manifest, as we said, for you. And then you need to take actionable steps towards getting that. So you can't just sit there waiting on your sofa. You need to look at the signs and start following things to bring you closer to your manifestation.
You know what I would add to that more than anything else, and everything that you said are your 5 steps. I would make it 6 steps, and the 6 being be grateful before it happens. Say thank you for the blessing that I'm about. Like when you eat, thank you for the food that we are about to receive. So thank you for the gift that I'm about to receive. You know what I mean? So I would add a 6.
Yeah, thank you. That's part of actually, the focus. Thank you for reminding me of that. When you feel gratitude and you feel excited for what you're receiving already, your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and fiction. When you tell it often enough and you feel that gratitude, it will go, okay,
Most
you have it. Absolutely.
And gratitude has to be the source of everything. You know?
And can I also add, when you get your manifestation, this is another place where people fall short. They start wanting other things and they don't feel the gratitude for what they've received. One of the most important things to do is to continue to stay grateful for what you've received so that you receive more. Don't just get something and go, okay, next. It's really important to stay really, really grateful in your heart for what you've received.
Right.
I really believe that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Debbie, we hope that Sally, was that a sneeze? That was horrible. Can you sneeze like a real person?
Silently sneezing.
Debbie Folk, we hope that we answered your question about manifestation, and if you have some more, we'll answer. Yeah. So why don't we recap our challenge, our current challenge, which is letting go, forgiveness and letting go. No one is basically, well, one person, but basically, hey, I'm sorry. Hi, Corey. Corey said hi a while ago. We said hi, Corey. Hey, Corey. We didn't really received one notification regarding someone saying that they forgave a situation and let it go. So I'm assuming that people are doing it, and if not, what our challenge this month is to forgive persons or situations that are keeping us from progressing in our everyday life, because we're giving it power and energy that we could be using to manifest and better ourselves. So the challenge this month is to consciously, daily, weekly, consciously let go of something, someone, or a situation. So we have one more week technically of doing that, but I think that it should be a common practice in our everyday lives.
Oh, I thought this is our 4th week.
This is our 4th week. No, so we still have this week before we do our challenge for next week. Yeah.
One of the things that has been nice is a lot of people just writing in, thanking us for reminding them to let go.
We've got a lot of that.
We've got a lot of people thanking us, saying that it's inspiring them and reminding them to let go of toxic thoughts and toxic people from their lives. Had a lot of gratitude from people for what we're doing, which is great. Thank you. It keeps us going, doing it. But just a lot of people sharing their own experiences of forgetting that forgiveness is important and forgetting that it is part of letting go.
And it's also you have to once you practice letting things go, you become a force of repellent, if you will. You become this force of repellent, meaning that things won't even be able to affect you to have to let go of it. Yeah. Right? Yeah. And we'll talk about it later in this show, minding your business. Yeah. We'll talk about that. But when you let things go, it frees you. It frees you and it allows you to move forward. And we talked about this in the past 3 weeks as well. When you're holding on to something or to a situation from someone, they're not thinking about you, the situation that went down. They have moved forward. So you cannot continue to hold on to crap. It's not that serious. If it's not affecting your family, your livelihood, your spouse, or your relationship. Can I put my middle finger up?
When when you're wanting to manifest something and you're holding on to resentment, forget it. You can't say manifestation doesn't work. If you're filled with resentment, okay, here's a really easy way I think of looking at it, and I've been shown this before. If you're looking, we all need to have a scale of something in our lives to have some kind of an idea where we are.
Mm-hmm.
So if you consider love, the
Mm-hmm.
vibration of love being at the very top and fear being at the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and they were constantly moving up and down that scale, love, gratitude, forgiveness, compassion, gentility, they're all at the top of the scale.
Mm-hmm.
Fear, anger, resentment, holding on to grudges is at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're here, how do you think you're going to manifest anything? How do you think good things are going to come? How do you think your health is going to be good? How do you think your vibration is going to stay up?
Mm-hmm.
You're at the bottom of the scale. So, have a think about where you are on that scale daily and what you're doing to bring yourself up, because we all fall short of it at some point.
So the idea is, all right, let's stop and say, hey, Catherine Elizabeth says, love your voice, thank God for Norwood, miss you. I love you, love and miss you too. Oh, that's China Doll. Yeah. She's a singer, she's a wonderful singer.
China Doll.
Yeah, and to Darlene from Agape. Agape is, oh my God, Dr. Michael Beckwith, who was one of the authors or contributors to The Secret.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah. So he is the pastor of that church that I attend sometimes in Los Angeles. Agape is one of the largest churches, but more so than it having a large following. It's basically on a Wednesday and Sunday doing what Spiritual Sessions Live is. It's the same situation as what we're talking about. But let me go back to what we're talking about in terms of letting go. You mentioned something about vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
It's important, and a lot of people don't know what your vibration is, and a lot of people have questions about a vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's the foundation of your emotions.
Yeah.
And your vibration you will know your vibration based on your emotion. So if you get too consumed with alcohol,
Mm-hmm.
and you're acting out of what your normal person is,
Mm-hmm.
and other than yourself, you're lowering your vibration.
Yeah.
If you are in an environment that is not conducive to how you feel about yourself, or is different than any other environments that you partake in, that's lowering your vibration. If you are sad and feeling upset and depressed about something, and you go to church, or you pray and you meditate and you feel better, you have raised your vibration. Yeah. So it's really not as difficult or as voodoo-ish as,
It's not complicated.
It's not complicated at all.
No.
So your vibration really is how you vibrate.
And you have a choice. Everything vibrates. Everything's energy.
Exactly.
Everything vibrates. Trees vibrate. Everything vibrates. It's
please
all
don't start
energy.
talking about the trees. One day we're outside. One day we're outside. And just sitting at my building, the stars are out, the moon, and we're drinking. Maybe that's why you did it. So we're out there talking, and she says, so we're talking about the stars and the moon. Have you ever felt like you were inside of a tree? I'm like, what? Because everything is energy. And just like that tree, I'm like, stop right there.
Yeah. And I'm looking forward to the day where you feel you're connected with the tree.
I'm not going to. Listen, let me tell you something. Mm-hmm. This brother right here will never be at the tree and going to talk to the tree.
No, I didn't talk to the tree. Connect with it. To feel the connection of the energy.
I'm good. Vicariously through you. No, I'm good. So when we talk, when you hear us speak about vibrations, it's all about how you feel about participating in something or going somewhere.
Yeah.
That's your vibration. So if you know, for instance, I've been to a couple clubs here, and I go,
wow,
this don't feel good. Doesn't feel good to me. Now, if everybody is vibrating on the same level, that's their vibration, and that's cool. That is cool.
Yep.
But it's a lower vibration for me because it doesn't make me feel good. The better you feel, the higher vibration you are, and the higher level of vibration you are.
And the thing is, you get a choice every single day to choose. I mean, we're all going to have days we're not feeling good, someone upsets us, but you get to choose how long you allow that.
How long you stay there.
Exactly. So, you get to choose and find, if you care enough about your life and manifesting your best life and your best health and happiness, you get to choose to have tools and techniques that you can use, whether it's praying or meditating or having those people that make you feel good and remind you that everything's actually okay. You've just been somewhere that's lowered your vibration and how to be able to lift it again. You get to choose how long you stay in it. And some people just enjoy being there.
Well, what I find the easiest way to remove yourself from one vibration to another, and it's real simple because we've all heard it. Count to 10.
Yeah.
Count. No, for real. Yeah. No, it's real simple. Like if somebody wants to punch somebody, you'll count to 10.
Yeah.
Count to 10 and change. What do? You're really changing the vibration.
Yeah.
Wait, stop. What does it say? Hey! All right, so what's that name say? Can you see that name right there?
Reggie Wells.
Do you know who Reggie Wells is?
No.
Google him.
Okay.
Reggie
Wells.
Reggie, so I don't tell many people.
Okay.
But I was once a makeup artist.
Okay.
And I was the resident makeup artist for Fashion Fair in Macy's in New York City. The head of marketing and the whole everything beauty and everything makeup was a man by the name of Reggie Wells.
Wow.
Reggie Wells was Oprah Winfrey's original makeup artist.
Oh, wow.
For many, 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 many years. Oprah's brand, her look, and everything you know about Oprah Winfrey today, cosmetically, is Reggie Wells. He says, I love you, Norwood. Thank you for your encouragement, brilliant talent, and creativity. I love you too, Reggie. So I said that to say, I know Sally, my producer. I gave her a major makeover about a month ago. Everything I know about makeup is Reggie Wells.
Wow.
I love you, Reggie.
Thank you so much.
Sally says thank you. Yeah, because I hooked her up. It's all Reggie. It's all Reggie.
Wow.
Thank you, Reggie, man. I love you. I love you. Yeah, so so that's vibration.
Yeah.
That's vibration.
We get to choose all the time.
Uh-huh.
You get to choose all the time.
So let's talk about this, and it's very important. Sally.
Yes.
Can you get my book? I wrote a book in 2010 or 11 called Getting Back to My Me. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I think, yeah. Do I have to clap for the focus?
It's okay.
When you see me clap like that, she said, because anytime you put something close to the lens, you have to clap to make it focus. Is it focused? Yeah, okay. I'll just clap just in case. Anyway, 2010, I wrote a book called Getting Back to My Me. Can I have it, Sally? I want to use it for reference. And in this book, I wrote a chapter called Stay in Your Lane, Mind Your Business. You will find that if you have the power and you will be committed to, no matter what the situation, minding your business, staying in your lane, oh my God, how your world and the world in general will change. Talk to the people a minute about that, and I want to read an excerpt from my book about that.
Okay. So basically, we've discussed this many, many times, and Norwood reminds me sometimes when I can get caught up in what other people are doing or other people are saying, and he just says, mind your business. This has got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Stay in your lane, do what you're doing, keep focused, and keep moving forward. So this is about ignoring the rubbish that goes on around you in your outer world and staying focused on what it is you are doing for your life that's benefiting you and not getting distracted by the outer world and what that story has to tell. Have you found your part?
Yeah, but I'm drinking my water. Wishing it was liquor.
So yeah, it's very, very important when especially when you're manifesting and you're really focused on something, not to let other people distract you. Mind your business. Don't worry about what other people are saying about you or what other people are doing. Stay in your lane.
Right. So let me preface this by saying this. Although I've just recently been very more connected into the world of spirituality and stepping away from organized religion, and tapping into God and the God inside of me and spirituality, not because it's trendy, but just knowing where power lies and where the connection is. And I said all that to say this. Even though in 2010 when I wrote this, I was still in organized religion. But spirituality and organized religion are two decimals away from each other. You know, so because religion should be the way you live your life, and organized religion is what creates that separation. So I said all that to say here was my belief in 2010 regarding minding your business, and this was actually the epilogue of my book. And I'm just going to read some brief sections, and it says, "I am allowed to sparkle. You may wish not to. You are allowed to be conservative. I wish not to be. Learn to celebrate our differences and appreciate what we have in common. I find that as people, if we would stay in our lane and mind our business, we would be in a world of peace and acceptance. If we would stay in our lane, although it's difficult, our stress levels would be almost nil. If you stayed in your lane and minded your own business, you wouldn't be confronted with other people's problems and all of the negativity that goes with it, whether it be from friends or family members. If we stayed in our lanes, we would not have abortion issues, same-sex marriage issues, religious issues, etc. I have my own strong beliefs and ideas. However, it is not my place or anyone else's to tell you how to live your life or what you should think and believe. We should stay in our lane, and there's nothing else to fight about." And there's one other thing Oh, here we go. I told you I was into my organized religion, and I used in my book the Bible as my point of reference, and I still do in some instances. But it clearly says in Matthew 7:1, "Judge ye not, that ye may not be judged." Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Right. And then in Luke 6:31, it says, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." Can the church say amen?
Amen.
So when you mind your business and treat people the way you want to be treated, this whole world would be so much better.
Amen.
No.
Really?
No,
Really? No, really? No, I'm serious.
All right.
Really.
No, because listen to this. Darlene said, "I love it." You know what I'm saying, Darlene, you know? But here's the deal. It's hard a lot of times, especially in Afro-American culture. It's very hard to ignore certain things because we are more so than other cultures. We are very emotional and we're very compassionate. Okay? We're compassionate if there's something wrong with someone else's child. We're compassionate if someone else needs money. We're just compassionate people. But what ends up happening is when we're so compassionate that person, excuse me, wants to borrow money or makes a promise that they have no intention of keeping or can't keep, then because we didn't mind our business and say, it's just a rule that I don't do that. And that's me. That is me all day long. I keep a rule that I can't do it. If I just can't give, or if I can't make myself available just freely, I don't. Because when you can't do that, then what happens? I've allowed you to create a situation for me emotionally where I'm pissed off, I'm hurt because I trusted you. It's a whole bunch of stuff that's in my psyche because I didn't mind my business. That's your issue. Guess what I'll do? I'm going to pray for you. I'll pray for you because it doesn't help you in the long run.
No, it doesn't. And there's an energy exchange. So when you help somebody and you give and you trust, there is a pull. You can actually kind of feel that pull of energy from that other person. It's almost like a kind of a karmic thing when that other person then doesn't give you the money.
We're going to karma next week.
But
it's on every freaking level. So like in my book that I haven't read it in a long time, so that's pretty good.
I know, I've been reading it. It's fabulous.
So that was right. And this is before the abortion thing is a big thing like it is today. If we would mind our business, what business does a man have telling a woman what to do with her body? Right, wrong, or otherwise. Even for women who are anti-abortion, it's still her call.
Yeah.
A man we should be minding our business. So in everyone, who cares who's sleeping with whom?
Yeah.
Bump the Bible. No, I don't mean bump the Bible, but I'm saying, people. What about folks who don't believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
So if we all mind our business, who cares who's sleeping with who? You ain't getting a nut. Sorry.
No, No, but it's true. There's a lot of people in everybody else's business these days, and clap your hands again because I'm foggy. Yeah, a lot of people that are gossiping or telling lies about other people. And someone said something to me a really long time ago, and they said to me, "Is it true what that person said about you?" I said, "Not even close to being true." And they said, "Well, why does it matter? As long as you know your truth."
Well, in a nutshell, what are you doing with my camera over
Because
there,
it's foggy.
producer Sally? It's okay. It's all right. I'm trying to figure it out because I don't want to lose my train of thought. It'll be all right. It'll be all right. So, what was I saying? Oh, in a nutshell, it is nobody's business. It's not your business what other people think about you.
Exactly.
It's not your business. Let me say this way. It is not your business what other people think about you. What you have to be concerned about is how you think about you, how you love you, and you present that to the world. And if other people don't get it, that means they're not worthy of it, which is still none of your business. I know the case. So we just have to learn to mind our business. And I just told you last week. I'm going to tell it.
Oh, God.
So Debbie was saying how she wanted, just focus. Debbie was just saying how she wanted to be in my condo, the new condo I'm in. She had been here, so she's been here for 15 years, whatever. And she'd been seeing my building and blah, 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 over the
blah, 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 blah.
The blah, 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 right, whatever. The latter years. So I said, okay, you manifested my condo. I gave her that. So I had an option. I got an offer to get some Botox and whatever. Yeah, I do Botox, but I haven't had it in years. But anyway, so I had this offer, and I said, well, let me turn Debbie on to the offer. So they ended up not taking me, taking her. So I manifested her lips. So, so I was saying, so Debbie was saying, no, I don't want to talk about that on the show because other people last time I dealt with it, I dealt with something, and then the thing is, our job is to inspire based on our reality, based on our authenticity, based on our truth. So don't allow someone else to take your power when what you've been through, and that's loving myself and feeling good about myself, giving someone the inspiration to do that for themselves. You're blocking that blessing from that person from giving someone negative power.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you mind your business, you have the power to say whatever the heck you want to say and inspire people through your truth. So those people that have something negative to say, number one, they're upset because they don't have the power. You know what I'm saying? Meaning they don't have the oomph within themselves. They don't have the nerve to better themselves at whatever is possible or available. So it's easy to say, "Oh, I would never do that to myself," or you should, and I might donate.
No, but you asked me afterwards, how did you feel? Because I had
apprehensions.
No, but I had a lot of negative experiences for people because when you're in this arena.
But here's the deal, babe. But here's the deal. Here's the deal. You didn't have negative experiences. You allowed those experiences to be negative. Those people are gonna do the same thing they're gonna do. And as a person who celebrated, and in America they don't have them here as much. We live on blogs.
Yeah.
And when I paid attention to them, I can't even begin to tell you. There's chapters in my book about stuff that never occurred. Yeah. So when I lived in that space and lowered my vibration and took myself to that space and read those things, I was lowering my vibration and to a point of being upset and this, that, and the other, until I minded my business. You see? So.
But remember, we talked about this, and then I said, no, go ahead.
That happened. No. And that's why, and I don't even know if I told you, but that's why I called you. And what did I say to you the other day? So, Deb, how many people have said something negative? But that's because the person you are today, nobody would ever come and do that. See, for instance, number one, I don't know if anybody's doing any writing about me anymore now or not, but I don't care. So as far as I'm concerned, anybody writing nothing. Yeah. So if you don't put yourself in that position, you don't know one way or the other. Yeah. But for lack of better phrases, you was dancing with the devil at the time. You see what I'm saying? Those people.
Yeah.
So when you're not at that party,
No.
And the music is different. You know, everything
Yeah.
is lovely.
No, but it was a wonderful experience,
Mhm.
us even doing that together,
Mhm.
because thank you for it, because it helped me when I sat back. The first automatic thing was, I'm not putting myself out there for that whole toxic thing to happen. And then you made me realize I'm not that person anymore that gives a shit.
Right.
I'm not that person anymore that has people like that in my life.
Exactly.
But every avenue to people like that, and even if there was any of that, I'm in a different space now where I know who I am,
Exactly.
and I'm creating the life of my dreams.
Exactly.
And I'm not going to let those people take from it.
And it goes back. That goes back to vibration.
Yeah, 100%.
When you're at such a level of self-esteem, self-love, and happiness, and you won't take anything less at any risk, your vibration stays here. So I wouldn't give a crap.
Yeah.
What you say,
Yeah.
I don't care. Not.
Yeah.
What do I say to you every day?
You say a lot of
No.
things.
I don't. What I said. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Right. Because I'm nuts. I'm nuts.
No, actually, you're sane. It's letting this shit get to us that's nuts.
Exactly.
That's what's nuts.
Because they have always been, the naysayers have always been there since the beginning of time, and they're going to be there forever. So it's not about them, it's about us.
Yeah.
So what does that mean? Mind your business. That's what that means.
Yeah.
So the takeaway today, guys, is mind your business. Mind your business.
As long as you're good with you and you're out there busy creating the life that you want, it won't make any difference what other people are saying, because you're so busy creating your happiness.
But you gotta put a disclaimer. You gotta put a disclaimer in there.
Yeah.
You gotta put a disclaimer in there. And why are you laughing, Sally? Because the disclaimer is this: when those people who knew you when you were see that you are changing for the better and recognize the light, understand that is when they're going to start digging.
Yeah.
That is when. So that is when your tools of minding your business comes into play. Although you've known them in the past and you've known them for years and you think you owe them an explanation, no, you don't. Mind your business and let them figure it out.
Well, again, we're back to vibration. When you start raising in vibration, there are going to be people in there trying to pull you back down.
Oh yeah.
Because there's a
Well,
need
see,
for
they're
them to
not
keep
necessarily trying to pull it back down because they don't know that they're down. They're just doing what they do.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They
Yeah.
don't. They're not. It's not like they're intentionally. I'm going to bring it. That's just what they do, and that's and pulling them down is the aftermath. That's the end result.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there are people who are going to want you to stay on their level of thinking, and that in essence is pulling down your vibration.
Yeah, people don't like it when you shine. You know, a lot of people dim their shine just to make everyone else around them feel more comfortable. My attitude is blind everybody. And
Well, see, in the black church, there's a song, I can't remember how it goes, so I can't sing it. But the lyric is, things I used to do, I don't do no more. Places I used to go, I don't go no more. People I used to know, I don't know no more. All that is doing is to say, that's why I say spirituality and religion right there. Because all that is raising your vibration.
Yeah.
That's all that is raising your vibration.
Yeah.
You know?
And maintaining it.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I love this show. I'm not patting this. All right. Pat me on the back. Pat me on the back. The reason I do love this show is because it is, I say the psychic and the skeptic, although I'm not skeptic anymore, but it meets all the worlds.
Yeah.
It meets all the worlds. And
He's tapping himself on the shoulder.
Really. It's like I call it spirituality for dummies.
Yeah.
What it is showing people an easy way, a basic way to be happy.
Yeah.
Now, if you want to add whatever religion or whatever, if you have religion, fantastic. We're not here to knock anything. Whatever your path is, walk your path, do your thing. Whether it's Buddha, Allah, whoever.
All of those.
Everybody. Jesus. Can't forget Jesus.
Can't forget Jesus.
Whomever, whatever your path is, work your path. You know what I'm saying? But in the midst of it, understand that you can use that as an asset to who you are already. Mm-hmm. That should not be the core of your belief. Your core of your belief should be what your walk is, what your religion is. Religion is the way you live your life.
Yeah.
That's all, and that's it.
Yeah.
So, all right. Before we leave, let us introduce our new challenge. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Our new challenge begins next Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You want me to tell it or you want to
Yeah,
tell
you
it?
can tell it.
All right. I'd love to tell it. I just don't remember. No, I don't. So our new challenge is taking the time each day to do one or more things for yourself.
Yeah.
Self-care.
Yeah.
To do one outside of the kids, outside of your spouse, outside of your family, outside of your church, outside of everything. One or more things to do for yourself. Like even when if you're on an airplane, and I'll use that analogy because everybody does. And what you hear over the loudspeaker is, in case of emergency, if the oxygen mask will fall, put yours on first before your children, right?
Yeah.
So self-preservation and self-care is just that important. You got to take, so the challenge is, so the challenge is to challenge yourself to do 1, 2, 3 things for yourself. If that is going to have a coffee by yourself and be with yourself with nothing, do that for you. That's a challenge. If that means going into your car for 5 minutes and just listening to one song that made you smile, that's something for yourself. But love yourself enough to take the time out to do something for yourself, or more than one thing for yourself daily, intentionally.
Yeah.
Did you hear that word?
Intentionally.
No, intentionally.
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 I love that.
I made that thing.
I love that.
Intentionally. Yeah. And then, again, I'm going to ask you to, although you won't, write us and tell us that, let us know what the things that you're doing for yourself. And my friend Nina. Oh, you know who Nina is?
No.
The cardiologist.
Hi, Nina.
Yeah. So Nina, every time you send me something, I talk to her about it, and it's spot on. Guys, listen. Nina Dunham is a cardiologist. Now, it's so I'm just getting here with this. Nina's on a whole nother thing, and it's serious. Just go to Facebook and look up Nina and read her post and just look at Nina's stuff. It's amazing. Is right?
Yeah.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
Did you say I think I'm a jack of diamond. I gotta go back up. I'm a jack of diamond, right? It's deep. Cardiology goes back. It's deep. It's very deep. So so we want to leave you with the challenge for next week, and we're gonna start next Sunday. So be thinking about. So this week, let go and forgive. So we're gonna finish this challenge, but also be thinking about what things you could do for yourself. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So for a whole month, it's all about you. It's all about you for the whole month. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
So thank you guys for hanging out with Debbie and Guru. Hey, can you say goodbye to people you can sleep on? Say he is the absolute best. So on behalf of Debbie, Guru, and myself, we've had a wonderful, wonderful time as we've had for the past 4 weeks. Thank you so much.
And thank you for all the support. We've had so much support.
Yes.
And we're really appreciative of that. So keep watching, send to your friends.
Oh, let me say this. So Debbie has, this is Spiritual Sessions Live. Debbie has 2 groups. One page called Spiritual Sessions with Debbie Creagh and Spiritual Sessions Group with Debbie Creagh. So that's just the internet. And on the internet, you can have conversations with other spiritually like-minded people. And have a dialogue, and on the other page is just more social, just to sign up to see who's in the spiritual world here in Bangkok and around the world. So be sure to do that. Let me see. Darlene says, it appears that Guru has been with you forever. He looks happy. So yes, Darlene. And that's right. And I could talk about him forever. We'll do that on Facebook because we can talk about, this is a miracle. This is unbelievable. Everybody that's here in Bangkok can't believe that this is going down. But so goodbye on behalf of Debbie.
Goodbye on behalf of Norwood.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And we'll see you. I'm just trying to make sure that I'm not forgetting anything. So I've told everyone about spiritual sessions, your pages, right?
Mm-hmm.
And our lives are every Sunday. Tell some people. Oh, I know what I wanted to talk about. During the so tell your friends if they missed this. There's other ways to see us. You can go to our YouTube page, Spiritual Sessions Live, and everything is there. Or during the week, Debbie and I each do a watch party where we replay this broadcast. So and we can join in on a conversation on our watch parties as well. So Michelle Blossom. Hi, Michelle. And what else? Okay. That's it. So, as we close out every episode, we say, your day is designed in perfection. Anything that goes against that perfection is a trap. Don't fall for it.
Oh.